Welcome to Healthcare Informatics. This is Teresa Selstrom. I'm your instructor for this course. I know this is a totally online format, but I do encourage you to contact me at any time for any questions you may have. This is the announcement page of our course, and this is where I'll be posting announcements throughout the semester. On the way, you can see that Blackboard has changed a little bit. If this is not your first course, they have updated it, so there's a few glitches in here, I'm afraid. This is, again, the announcement page. On the right, you can see some of the aspects of the course that you'll be clicking on. The first thing that we're going to look at is faculty information. This is my email address. This is my cell phone. I'm going to try to have virtual office hours Monday 11 to 4, so I'll be more inclined to be totally online during those times. Usually that's when I'm grading your papers or assignments. But I encourage you to email me at any time that you have a concern. Also, to use my cell phone if needed. Please text me if you have any immediate concerns that cannot wait for a day or two by email. So text me, even just let me know you sent me an email and I need to check it. That'll be fine as well. But I know how it is when you have an urgent concern and it's an online class. So be sure to text. We can set up a time to talk at any time, set up Zoom meetings, or arrange to meet. So I'm at your disposal, so anytime you feel like that you need to speak with me. I want to urge you not to get behind on assignments. We are, unfortunately, instructed to take away 10% of a grade for every day that an assignment is late. So it's very important that you feel like you're going to be late on the assignment, that you contact me before the assignment is due. Once it is the deadline hits, then after that it can be, rather problematic not to have to take those points away. So be sure and let me know for any, legitimate concern. If you have any disabilities or need any thing that we need to do differently in the course to help with any disability you may have, you need to let me know this week. So let's just look into the course. Down here is normally learning modules and content was all up here, but we go down here to learning modules. Now, unfortunately, some of these watch media things that you'll see here aren't working right now, and I've sent Blackboard a note to please open those up. So when those are available, I will let you know. Excuse me. So unfortunately, we can't watch those right now. Let's look at the syllabus and course resources. And the syllabus is the typical syllabus that you've seen. This course is exploring and understanding the concepts relevant to healthcare informatics and the use of computerized information systems in healthcare organizations. The main focus is the use of computerized applications by nurses to support decision-making in clinical, administrative, and educational settings. The development of information management skills and the use of the internet are emphasized as a means to evaluate health, wellness, illness, thereby positively influencing patient outcomes. This is the textbook for this course, as well as the APA 6th edition manual. And I'll encourage you to read the course outcomes, as well as the program outcomes, which are the same in every course. These are the ACNN essentials that we'll be talking about in a little while, but just remember this right here. It is relating your assignments to each essential that it relates to. So be sure and remember that we'll come back to that. Be sure and read the inadequate statement as well. Remember that all weeks of the course do start on Monday and end on Sunday at midnight. And it is important for you to be active in the course and to get your assignments in on time, as we discussed. Discussion boards. I'm not sure where everybody is in doing discussion boards. There is a set rubric for them, and you can see the rubric when you log into the discussion. Essentially, you need to have 250 words for an initial post that's due by Wednesdays, when there's a discussion due of that week by midnight. Then, after that, students are to do a reply post to two of their fellow students, and that needs to be at least 150 words. The initial post should have a reference that is somewhere from within the course, usually it's the textbook, as well as an outside reference. the reply post should have at least one outside reference from outside the course. And if you follow those things generally, that you'll be seeing that you'll get most of your points for that. This is the grading scale, and there is a portfolio that is due at the end of your program, and we will be discussing that in this course. Again, the honor code is very important that you do follow that. Plagiarism is not tolerated, so just be very much aware of that. So now this is how the grades are determined. Online learning, each of these following things is worth 10%. There's an online learning readiness questionnaire, and it's completed in Module 1, and I'll show you that. There is a patch assessment, a portfolio, data drive, practice activity, website evaluation, practice activity, and workflow process activity. Discussion board, and then the big project is the HIT project and paper. You will, within a group, develop a website for, to provide health information to the lay person or other health professionals. And again, we'll be looking at that. All assignments are to be completed by the due date, and don't wait till the last minute to turn these assignments in. That can cause some problems. Assignments submitted after the due date may receive a grade of 0 at the discretion of the faculty. Assignments submitted late and not rubric guided may receive a minimum of 10% reduction in the earned grade per day. Students are responsible to communicate with the instructor prior to any unavoidable and legitimate absence and discuss options for makeup work. Makeup work, a missed assignment, is at the discretion of the instructor and may be in an alternate format and the time and date of the instructor's designation. So there is an online readiness questionnaire, and again I'll show you that when we get into the module. The patch assessment is a pre-test for aptitudes toward computers in healthcare. It's an assessment exercise for you to complete during week 2, and it's very fun. There's no, there's no pressure on that, believe me. During week 3, looking at emerging trends in healthcare. We will discuss emerging issues and trends in healthcare informatics which will impact nursing practice and healthcare systems, such as managing electronic resources, point-of-care access, intellectual property issues, and evidence-based practice. This is an APA paper with at least 3 references. Remember that references need to be from peer-reviewed journals, needs to be from reputable sites such as government sites or nursing organization sites. Not Wikipedia or just some casual site that you see online. It has to be from a reputable site. Workflow process is something that you will look at and determine another way to analyze, collect information, and assess a workflow situation, probably where you're working. And we'll get more into that later. It is identify a problem where you currently work that needs a workflow analysis completed, and you'll discuss why this is an issue, why it's a problem, and develop a workflow process, and we'll guide you through that. And the workflow document is computer generated, well developed, and meets the needs of the process improvement for the identified problem. And this will be posted in discussion. There's also a website evaluation activity that's due week 7, and you'll just evaluate the quality of one of your favorite professional websites. And this is the rubric for that. The e-portfolio. This is something that hopefully that you remember from orientation. Essentially what we are doing is at the end of this program, every King College student, it's not just nursing, has to show or demonstrate that they have progressed and learned from their program of study. And so the e-portfolio is the way that we are doing it in nursing. Education does something very similar. And so we will guide you through how to do this, and we're basically having you pull assignments that you did in each course, and you'll be discussing how these assignments allowed you to grow within the nursing essential that's being discussed. So it is just simply a website. You just develop a shell for this. It's a website that you would develop, and you just have to set up the topics that you're going to fill in during your course of study. It's very simple. The site that I have seen students use very easily and successfully is the Wix site, WIX. That's the site that has been recommended to me and that I feel like has, really done well for the students. But you essentially you'll create a home page, create a folder for the fulfillment of King University mission and core values. Then you'll create a folder for each of the following, and you just create a folder for these things. And this is the philosophy of professional advanced nursing practice, career development, which is usually your resume, showing any certifications you have, if you've done any presented at conferences, if you're certified in like advanced practice or or in your specialty, for example. The essentials, nursing essentials, are something that has been developed from the accrediting agency associated with the American Nurses Association. And these are the essentials of MSN nursing. And in this, there is a description. Now, if you will go to the website, you can even just log on to Nursing Essentials for graduate nurses, and you'll see an explanation of this from ANA. As well as if you go to the student handbook, and there's an explanation exactly the rubric and everything of how to do this. So there's really not going to be any, it's what you have to do in this course is very simple. It's just to set up a shelf for all these things. You also have an assignment due with 11 that's called data mining, data drive. Compare your hospitals or home health outcome on core measures to two others in your state or region. If you do not work at a hospital or yours is not listed, then you just choose 3 hospitals in the area where you are and compare them. And this is sort of the guidelines on what we're grading this for. Then health information technology. This is the HIT project. And again, the purpose of this, it's a group project, is to design a website for an identified topic of interest in a specific population to provide healthcare informatics related information and resources. The project will begin on week 1 and continue through the semester, with the final product being posted for viewing by course participants. In addition to the creation of the project, to the website, a project report or paper will be submitted detailing the process and development of the website. Sites to utilize include, but not limited to, and again, here's some listed. Again, you can use any of these. I found Wix to be, very well done. So what I have done, I've set up a sign-on sheet for groups in the course, and I'll show you that. And you'll work together to produce this website, and it's just an health information website for either lay people or health professionals. But the tricky part is that this group has to then write a paper, and the paper does have somewhat to do with the topic that you are discussing about, but the main part of the paper is discussing the process of you getting together. So that's the main part of the paper, not the topic itself. It is an APA paper, 4 to 5 pages, and it's not, that's just the content. It's not the cover page or references. And this is the grading rubric for the paper. And this is the grading rubric for the website. We have a rubric pretty much for everything. Now, this is the course outline. You can read that. This is what we go through. And so what I will do is go in here. I thought honestly I'd already done this, is go in and put the weeks for each week, the dates for each week in here. And I will do that and send that out. I apologize, I thought that had already been done. So obviously we are in week 1. This is the assignment guidelines and rubrics, and this is for the HIT project and the portfolio information. And there is a presentation, but again, I couldn't get mine to open up, and so as soon as Blackboard gets back to me, hopefully we can open these up. Okay. Now in Module 1, well, first of all, I want to go down. Go to Module 1, and in this is just, of course, introduction. And this is the online learning readiness questionnaire. You simply click on this, take the questionnaire, and then, click on that. And then here is where you submit your paper that includes the narrative of your results and the plan for your remedial actions identified in the online learning readiness questionnaire. So be sure and I would keep this up while you're filling this out, and just be sure and um, you know remember the results and what it said and what you need to do to get better and what your score was. And week 1, and that needs to be done this week, by the way. Week 1. This is the text readings. These are PowerPoint presentations, and these are overviews. And again, I couldn't get mine to open it, but maybe you can. Now, I want to draw your attention over to the side where it says groups. Click on that. And here you will see that there are 5 groups presented. You can have up to, I think, 4 to 5 people in each group. You simply, and you can, once people start signing up, you'll be able to see who's in each group. So you will just go group, and then you will sign up for that. And you can just, at this point, there are no group members. You can just write your name in right there and your email. Now, what's interesting about these groups, you will be able to see then, what groups you're in. And what we have tried to do is have a way to electronically for you to be able to communicate with each other. And in week 1, you can see that she has entered, this is a blog for HIT project. What we want you to do is, as you communicate with each other, rather than using emails, is to use something like keep an ongoing blog for each group. And then we can actually see the progress that you're making. And when it comes time for peer reviews, we can see that, how you're doing and who's participating. So that's, that can be very helpful. You also can use a wiki. You can open up a discussion board yourself and just have one that your group uses. But what we're saying is that you don't necessarily have to go and be face to face with each other to develop these projects, but you can actually do it as as a group. Now, week 1, there is a discussion board, and this is just an introduction. It's important to do these things because this is actually how we count attendance. So it's very important that get done. And this is just an introduction one. So go back to week 2. This is essential computer and software based in computer networking. Again, there's PowerPoints, and this is a textbook assignment. It's very important you read all your assignments. And this is where you do the patch assessment. It's for pre-test for attitudes toward computers and healthcare. It's available for complete and score online. To begin, register an account, then click on the patch title link to the left, complete the survey, then compare your score with the interpretation chart. Remember to write down your score before you close the site. And so just follow these directions, and it's very important to have your score. This is where you will submit your patch assessment right up here. Again, there is a video and some voiceover PowerPoints. This is use this area to discuss potential HIT projects topics. Each person should contribute to this discussion. So this is where you will go to to discuss possible topics with your group. So we will go to that too. Week 3, social and professional networking, which is very important. Okay, that's just a resource. Again, more voiceover PowerPoints. And this is emerging trends in healthcare, due work week 3. This is discuss emerging trends, and this is in healthcare informatics, which will impact nursing practice and healthcare systems. The APA paper should have a minimum of 3 references. And this is the grading guidelines. And so this is where you will submit that for week 3. And in module 2, we're looking at exploring topics of informatics and legislative issues such as HIPAA and how EMRs and users protect patients' health information, organizational decision making, types of healthcare information systems, security issues with IT, and improving meaningful use and workflow. In week 4 is the textbook chapters to read. This is the HITCH Act, and as you can see, various resources, and you have a discussion board this week. Week 5, we'll be looking at information systems and human technology interface. Again, you have readings and different resources to read and see. And there's no assignments. Well, there is, I'm sorry. Emerging issues and trends in healthcare informatics. Discuss emerging issues and trends in healthcare informatics which will impact nursing practice and healthcare systems. And this is a APA paper to have a minimum of 3 references. Now, on these papers like this, unless if it does not say specifically how many pages, expect there to be at least 3 content pages. But it's just to examine the topic. These are not large, huge papers. Okay, this is a workflow process. Assignment is due week 6. You go to this website and read about what workflow is and how to analyze, collect, and assess workflow. Identify a problem where you currently work that needs a workflow analysis completed. Why this issue is a problem. Develop a workflow process. Workflow document is computer generated, well developed, and meets the needs of process improvement for the problem. And this post discussion about this process and your workflow in the discussion board link. And that's helpful. Some of this course writer for this course is Dr. Amber Roche. And what she does is she has some assignments, and then she has some assignments that are actually posted in discussion board. And the reason for that is so that other students can read the work if they want to. And so it is spread as an assignment, but it is posted in discussion board, so that's a little misleading. Module 3, we're looking at practice applications and nursing information and delivering care, and there's quite a few objectives here. And week 7, we're looking at electronic health record, consumer health informatics and e-health, website evaluation activity. Again, you'll go to evaluate the quality of one of your favorite professional healthcare websites or professional organizations. You will evaluate the quality of information. Is the information accurate? Who is the author? Is the information objective, current, and what is the coverage or scope of the website? Is it accessible? Does the design promote or detract from the site? Does the site have creativeness? Does the technology enhance or detract from the site in ease of use? This is a more important activity than you might think, because in your professional life, as well as work as a student, you're going to be accessing sites, especially more and more in the future, to get information. And you need to know if the site you are getting information from is actually a reliable and valid site of use. And if it's not worth anything, if it's Wikipedia, you really can't trust that site. But if it's the American Nurses Association, you should be able to trust that site. So it's very important to do this activity. It's more important than you might think. And again, more information for you to view and read. In week 8, we're looking at supporting consumer information and promote population health. Here's some readings, some videos to look at. And this week 8 discussion board is you are a public health informatics specialist. You are concerned about a new strain of flu. Which public health database would you use to determine the need for inoculations and why? Okay, so we're looking now at telenursing and nursing education and informatics. Telenursing is extremely, or telehealth especially, is an extremely hot topic. We're getting much more and more of that. Many doctor referrals are being done through telehealth. Read the PowerPoints in the project. The HIT website and paper should be well developed, and the website in the final stages of creation. Each group member should be actively working to create a rough draft of the final paper to be submitted at the end of week 13. So this is just a heads up that you need to be pretty much into this. This is where you'll submit your e-portfolio. And we will be discussing these things more. Okay, we're going to go to Module 4. And in week 10, we're looking at informatics and nursing education. Your readings, your videos here. And I've been told this Kahoot web game is very, if you're interested in being a nurse educator, is very useful site. Patient education simulation is would be very helpful for people going into nursing education. Now week 11 is research and data mining as a research tool. Here's some readings, and this is your data drive outcomes comparison. Compare your hospitals or home health outcomes on core measures to 2 others in your state or region. And again, if you do not work in a hospital or yours is not listed, choose 3 in the same geographic area. Compare a narrative of your findings. And I believe you'll have to go to the syllabus to find the site that you click on to do this assignment. And this is how data mining works, and give you more information. On week 12 is transnational research in bioinformatics. And again, there's readings. This is where the peer evaluation will be turned in. And just more information. Okay, let's go to Module 5. And week 13, there's some readings. And just some readings. Week 14 is when you turn in your HIT project form paper and the website. Remember, any assignment that's due, like on that week, the deadline is midnight on the Sunday of that week. But I'm going to put the dates of the weeks in the syllabus and give it back to you. This has been an overview of this course. We will be doing specific weekly screencasts, kind of like I've done now, focusing in on what we're focusing on each week. So I will be doing this and putting these in the announcements. Again, I look forward to working with you this semester. If you have any concerns or questions, be sure and email me or text me for more urgent matters. Thank you very much.